Alrighty, so I decided to drop another video for SLA. We've got some info, we've got some good leaks to kind of go off from in terms of how things are looking, what we're working towards, and I guess the next big thing we're kind of preparing for. Now, it's a no-brainer. I think right now we're all kind of preparing for the excitement of the Dark Element to get a bit of a overhaul. Obviously, Minnie, she will be the DPS for the Dark Element through the collaboration, of course, and well, this will help us out tremendously, no doubt in my mind. Charlotte, you're good and all. We'll see where she becomes with the buff, because at the end of the day, yes, Dark Element need all the help they can get, so it'll be interesting seeing where the buff take them. But essentially, this is kind of like where we're looking at with the Dark Element. For the most part, in terms of when people utilize it through, you know, trying to get some good scores through, what was it, power of destructions, guilds, etc. Of course, predominantly, essentially, this is kind of like the Dark Element characters that people would choose to use, which is, you know, fair play. But the shift is coming, and as I've mentioned, out of the 3 Dark Element, including the previous Dark Elements, if you want to say, because Libor, to be fair, it's the support characters that are still valid, if you really think about it, in terms of, because I do class as Libora as a bit of a support character, but yeah, Libora, Isla, they are still doing their thing. Obviously, this is one of the better supports that the game has to offer, and so with that, we can kind of bounce off from providing us with a better DPS and a breaker if they choose it. Although I still believe Harper is still pretty decent, to be fair, but I'm personally not a big fan of Charlotte. That's just a personal preference, so I'm extremely happy about that collaboration coming in. Now, in terms of what's to come, obviously we are coming to the end of August, and so there is a September update happening. Obviously right now in between there is a part 2 collaboration that's going to hinder plans. There's a lot happening, of course, that, and we'll be able to farm the collaboration characters in a free-to-play manner. I know a lot of people are probably going to be focusing on the Dark Element, as I've suggested, to kind of max her out and whatnot, of course, because again, they're exclusive, and I assume she's going to be pretty crazy. But we are going to be in the same boat to how we were with the Water Element when it came to the 1st year anniversary, Cheyenne, of course. And the reason why I'm saying that, the reason why I say all this, Singular One is apparently the September character. That is right. Expected to release in September, obviously with the 500-day celebration, all that good stuff, of course. Now, what's interesting right now is, obviously they've got him as a Dark type unit. We know that Dark Element are going to get a bit of a rehaul, a bit of an overhaul, buff up, you name it, it's happening. Dark Element is going to be catered to without a shadow of a doubt. Assassin role, defense scaling. Now, again, we're kind of coming back to with where we were before, with having 2 water DPS kind of drop back to back, of course, kind of made things awkward a bit. So I'm eager to see on whether or not if they're going to stick their gun with this, because then it begs the question on where things are going to fall in line, of course. Because of course with the Water Element, I think a lot of people are still catering to Char. The Light Element, the collaboration is kind of taken over in terms of DPS, of course. So the Water Element 1st year anniversary is still kind of being catered to, of course. So it's interesting to see on what and where Dark Element will go in terms of the main DPS. I wholeheartedly do believe that Sundra's dad should be a breaker, and then that will kind of clear off the twins or the sisters or whatever, Harper and Charlotte, and that will make room for the new set of Dark Element. That's my hope. So again, we've still got time. I still do believe that he's going to be a breaker. If he is a DPS character, we'll see. We will see where things go. I mean, if he is going to be DPS, he's going to be insane. He's going to be insane. So that's something to take note. A little bit more information on Minnie. Has crit and counter mechanics in her kit. Counter mechanics? This should be interesting. Her ultimate is a 3-stage depending on stack. So that's just a little bit of information on her kit. Again, sold. Insane. I'm happy with what is going to be coming out from this character. Again, we got the Windbreaker, we got the Firebreaker. Again, having those characters is going to be wonderful to see where those teams get to, but right now Dark is the main focus, and Yeah, meaning I need me to be like an absolute behemoth of a dark DPS. But yeah, moving along. So this is also what was said. So this is the order release, dark then light. So Dark Breaker coming after Sangyo-1 or after the Light Hunter. So I'm kind of stumped. I mean, in a situation where you need multiple teams and whatnot of typings, I mean that's going to be good clearance, but I would have really much preferred a breaker, but at the same time, it's fine to have the breaker drop at a later time. But yeah, I think we might be in in another situation where it's gonna be back-to-back DPS. But I mean, he's an assassin type character. For me, every time I see the assassin role, I'm just like, my man's gonna be an absolute demon. So, dark, light, dark, or it could be dark, light. That's kind of like the look on how things are going to be releasing. With that, we're going to get 6 new blessings. Might be split up into 2 updates. I think they did that before. So yeah, next weapon is going to be light. I am looking forward to that. I mean, even though the light element right now is looking pretty well, I don't know if many people still cater to the spear and the staff itself, because I mean, it's still a combination, but yeah, no, it'll be interesting to see, because the staff itself still does phenomenal amount of damage. I would still like to cater to some form of support for that. So but yeah, but it could be DPS. They might fall in and kind of lean towards the more DPS side of it. But yeah, we'll see. PvP is almost fully ready. That's what? What? Excuse, didn't they just say they were working on this? Like, huh? Is this them actually going down the route of where we're going to get cards, like turn play type? Okay, if that is the case, that is going to be one hell of an awkward PvP situation to be in, because it's just like, hold on a minute, the game plays out like this, but PvP is done like this. Awkward. So we'll see what happens that way. Possible dual element hunters in the future. Ideas already pushed internally. Yeah, so this is something which I even had thoughts about with every type of game I play. I'm just like, if there's elements on hand, eventually it will open the door on having characters that are going to be capable. I mean, I'm pretty sure this is an idea that I've even mentioned for, who was it? There was a character releasing at the time. Was it Amamiya? No. There was a certain character dropping at the time, and it was between fire and wind element, and I made the case to be like, what if they're 2 in 1? So yeah, we knew that this idea was eventually going to be coming into the game. It's just a matter of when. Next, collab. 3 hunters, 2 of the same elements, 1 different skins, collab weapons. Oh damn, okay. Is this the fairy thing again that I don't know about? Yeah, it's the fairy thing. I don't know much about this collaboration. Not my cup of tea. Would have preferred something else, but if you guys are wondering, this is the next collab. Yeah, I don't know. This ain't for me, but we'll see how it plays out. And then obviously in September, through the roadmap, we knew that a new workshop Brilliant Light was going to be a thing, and it only makes sense if the next characters are going to be light and dark, and if we're getting a new light weapon, it makes sense that light and dark are to be catered to. So elements to consider working on. New bosses, Naga and Gima, of course, and then upcoming news in the next stream. Apparently we're going to be getting the upcoming roadmap, so that's going to be interesting to see. New shadow rank. Alright, we'll see what that's about. And we're getting a lot more weapon skins, especially for recent weapons. I guarantee you they're going to do pay-to-win skins. It's easy money. It really is. You can do some insane skins for weapons, and people will be there to pick them up. It's just that easy. So I'm expecting some packages to be available for weapon skins, but that's pretty much what is to come next. If you guys want to kind of, well, approach how the collaboration, how you want to approach it, right? Because again, 3 characters coming. I mean, there's means to get them duped out, etc. Of course, I know some people might want to max them out and whatnot because they are super exclusive, but I just kind of want to make sure that everyone is aware on what's to come after in terms of the dark element. You know, I don't want people to think that, oh, minis are our only hope. No, we're getting another dark assassin DPS next. Our breaker is going to be well on its way in between either a light unit dropping, or even straight after a dark element or 100 moves farther, basically. So that could be the case. We know what the next collabs are going to be. Interesting choice, not what I would have gone for, but it is what it is. And I am very, 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 very eager to see where PvP is going to go, because I think for me right now, with where I stand with solo leveling Rise, yeah, I've kind of hit that wall. So I kind of need PvP to be that saving grace. So I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. Please let it be a 1v1 fighting. Make it fair and let it just kind of hash it out. But I'm afraid that it might be a turn-based card game. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. But yeah, that is pretty much all the updated news that we've got right now on what's to come and where the future lies with solo leveling Arise. So do with the information how you would. And yeah, tackle the collaboration how you would like to in preparation of what's to come next.